welcome to today's practice. We're going to begin in an easy seat today. So I invite you to have a pillow, bolster, or maybe a blanket to sit on. And we have this traditional sukhasana, or what's also called crisscross applesauce. But I'd like to invite maybe even a softer variation on this. So you might bring one heel in and then let the other leg actually be in front, not in top of the bottom leg. If this doesn't work for you, as always, do what does work for you. And then we're going to want to walk the sits bones back just a bit. And I'd like you to take a moment here to even rock forward and back in your seat, remembering that your pelvic bowl is the pot from which your spine grows up. And we want our spine to be nice and tall. So find that position, what it feels like to you. And then nice and upright in the spine. Feel the shoulders smooth down. And with your eyes open, begin to take about a 45-degree angle, look down. You can, as always, use that little bit of alignment, the top of the ear to the eyebrow, so you can just barely see the finger out the peripheral, and lean the head down so that your top of brow is lower than the ear, letting your chin come towards your throat. And then again, mindfully place your hands. You might even let them come a little bit further back on the thighs to help you keep this nice upright spine. You can close your eyes if it would please you today, or you can softly gaze at the floor. And when we do this practice of eyes open, we're not really so much focusing on the floor as we're focusing on that space just ahead of your eyes. Wherever you choose to be, just take a moment to welcome yourself to today's practice. And when you're ready, bring your attention to your breath. On your inhale, can you feel your belly expand outward, softening the muscles there, ballooning the stomach outward? And on the exhale, can you feel everything condense back down as you have a complete exhale? Fully empty the lungs. The inhale, feeling that soft expansion outward. And the exhale, again, the softening back down. And can you make your exhale even longer than your inhale? Continuing to breathe as feels appropriate to you with this longer exhale. Maybe you even start to notice this little bit of a downshift at the bottom of the exhale, dropping you even further into a relaxed state. Taking a moment to notice how you feel in your body as you continue to mindfully breathe. What feels tight or spacious today? Awareness next traveling to your heart space. Just take a moment to notice the beating of your heart. Take some time to observe your emotional heart, how you've been feeling today. Without judgment, of course, just noticing. And then take a moment to check in with your spiritual heart. Remember, this is your connectivity to yourself, your relationship with others, and the world at large. How connected are you feeling today? Again, be kindly curious. And whenever you feel ready, you'll make your awareness shift to the space of your mind. Just observing the quality of your mind here and now. Are you feeling scattered or sleepy? Are you feeling calm or agitated? Just observe. And then please bring your awareness back to your breath. Belly expanding outward on the inhale, softening. A longer exhale, noting that downshift of breath at the bottom of your very long exhale. You might have noticed my description for today's class stating this is going to be a practice in stability. Yes, we will visit some poses that are requiring us to have stability, which is the ability to be steady when in motion. It's this ability to control what is happening when we are in flux. And that can be placed on the body, it can be placed on the heart, or it can be placed on the mind. I want you to really focus today on the stability of mind as we move. Can you stay the best that you're able in this state you've now created with awareness of breath? Can you stay stable in this calm and present awareness? We are currently in a lot of flux, a lot of change. And if there ever was a time to practice stability in mind and in heart, in a compassionate and kind way, this is it. So now becoming curious around your sankalpa, your intention for coming to practice today. You might use this sankalpa of creating stability in body, heart, and mind, specifically mind. Or you might have another reason for being here. When and if you'd like, bringing palms together, thumbs resting at the heart, stating this intention, this sankalpa, as if it's already occurring with an I am phrase. Maybe even repeating it a few times so you can really become grounded and stable in this idea of your intention. And whenever you feel ready, yogis, bowing your chin and gently blinking open your eyes, I invite you to stay with this mindful breath throughout practice today, as long as it serves you. We're going to start off with a very nice little stretch here, taking right arm across the chest, left hand coming to upper right arm. First, feel the shoulders slide down, make sure that you're nice and upright, and then as much as feels good to you, begin to hug your right arm in towards your chest. Let your chin come down, notice if it's overarched in the neck there. And then we're going to gently rotate on an exhale, looking to the right. Try to keep your chin parallel to the floor. Noting the inhale, expanding belly outward. Noting the long exhale, helping you release any tension you would notice. Final round of breath here. And on your next inhale, you'll gently bring head back to neutral and release right arm. We're going to take right arm around the low back into half Gomukhasana. So you might take right arm around the low back. You might decide And if it feels okay, to take the hand up. And you can use your left hand to find a comfortable placement there as long as you'd like. You're keeping the shoulders drawn down, and you're starting to feel the right shoulder gently pushed back in space. A placement where you can still breathe comfortably. And then we're going to, from here, find a nice little side bend in the neck. So again, chin parallel to floor. And on an exhale, softly begin to take right ear toward right shoulder. So we're looking for a stretch along the left side of the neck. Notice if you start to lean back in the head and instead let your chin come in towards your throat. Deepen the exhale, let it be longer. Softening the mouth, your eyes. If you'd like, you can use the left hand to gently press head back to neutral, releasing right arm when you're ready. And we'll go into second side. Left arm coming across the chest, right hand to upper left arm. Upright in the spine, shoulders down the back. On an exhale, begin to hug left arm in towards your heart. Again, chin parallel to the floor, and on your next exhale, begin to rotate your neck, look to the left. Deep inhale. Complete long exhale. Can you drop the shoulders down a bit more? Let's stay for one more cycle. And on your next inhale, gently turn the head back to neutral. Release the left arm. Taking left arm into half Gomukhasana. Again, forearm can be across the low back, or you can assist getting the left hand to maybe even come up toward your spinal column. Upright in the spine, shoulders down, collarbones wide. Feeling a nice little stretch here as the left shoulder moves back in space. Again, chin parallel to the floor, and if it feels okay, on your exhale, begin to tip left ear to left shoulder, stretching the right side of the neck. Be gentle here, and again, try not to lean back in the head, but let your chin come in towards your throat. Maybe eyes drift shut, or gaze is stilled on one point as you come back to mindful breathing. Remember, breath is the anchor that roots us here and now. When we become unstable in the mind, it is very often because we are living too far in the past or too far in the future. This ability to go into the past or the future can be unsettling. It can create depression, anxiety, and it takes us out of the time when we actually have any control, which is in the moment. And remember, that control is only over ourselves. When you're ready, you can assist the head up if you'd like, make your way back to neutral, and release your left arm. Pausing for just a moment, observing how you feel across the heart space. And when you're ready, please make your way to all fours. I would like you to have your props close by today, maybe even a little further back on the mat. And we'll prepare for our cat-cow here. Knees below hips, wrists below shoulders. Remember, your wrist crease is trying to be parallel to the top edge of the mat, or maybe a wall that's ahead of you. Let your fingers spread evenly. Root your index finger and your thumb into the floor, creating strength in the arms. We will rotate the inner elbows forward and feel the shoulders smooth away from the ears. On your next inhale, feel your belly lower. The ribs just below your shoulder blades press forward into the spine, heart reaching forward. Lift your chin. And on an exhale, you're going to push the floor away. Feel your navel in, the back of your heart lift to the sky, separating your shoulder blades as you bring your chin in towards your chest. You're going to continue moving with your breath. Belly lowers. The low back ribs moving toward the spine and forward, heart forward, lift the chin. The exhale again, making that scared cat back. Push the floor away. Create as much space between floor and navel as you can. I invite you through the next few rounds to pause anywhere that you're finding tension. Really provide some long exhales into those areas to help you release and to create stability in the body. Not overly tight, not overly open, but in those sweet spots of balance. And always knowing we are constantly in flux, that this has to be a check-in daily, even sometimes minute by minute. One more round of traditional cat-cow here. And then you have the option to go into any organic movement that serves you. I invite you to not overthink this movement, but to simply go where the body wants to go while maintaining aware breathing. Again, notice if you can release the jaw, let your teeth part, relax your tongue. Just an opportunity to get into the nooks and the crannies. Out of linear movement into more organic movement. We'll just take a few more rounds of breath here to balance out the work. And whenever you are ready, yogis, you're going to make your way back to neutral. Preparing for toe stand. Knees as wide as pleases you today, tucking your toes. And whenever you're ready, you can make your way back to stand on the knees. If the toe tuck is not serving you today, no big deal, untuck them. And if you'd like, if it's okay in your body, you can make your way even to sit on the heels. We're doing a little different stretch today for the wrists. It's actually one that's really good for carpal tunnel. So you're going to extend the arms forward, and you're going to spread the fingers wide to begin. And then on your exhale, hug all the fingers, the thumb together, and then begin to roll down, knuckle by knuckle, fingers coming in toward the base of the fingers, rolling knuckles down to the floor, coming to your end range of motion. And then the inhale is going to bring the knuckles back up, re-extend the fingers, and spread them wide. Exhale, hug all the fingers, thumb together. Begin to roll down knuckle by knuckle. Fists toward the floor when you're ready. Find your end range of motion. And on the inhale, begin to roll back up. And when you're fully extended, spread the fingers wide. Let's do two more. Exhale, hugging all the fingers together, thumb, knuckle by knuckle, roll down. Inhale, gently unfurling and spreading wide. Last one. Exhale, hug fingers, thumb in, roll down knuckle by knuckle, fists toward floor. Inhale, coming back up. Unfurl the fingers and spread them wide. Feel free to do a few rolls around the wrist, pausing anywhere that feels appropriate. And whenever you decide you're ready, yogis, you'll make your way down to the floor. Please untuck the toes. You're welcome to do a gentle drumming of the foot on the mat. And from here, yogis, we're going to make our way down to the floor. I forgot, you might actually want the blocks or your support out of the way for this one. And when you get all the way down, we're going to prepare for a locust pose. We're going to visit this shape later in our practice. In today's locust pose, I'd like you to have your toes tucked. Feet are, as always, wide enough that you feel okay in the low back. And then you're going to take your hands to your sacrum, forehead to the floor. So let the elbows drop down here for a moment. Feel your chin to your throat, your navel to your spine, and then let's start to activate through the legs. Reach through your heels. On your next inhale, you're going to lift your head, elbows, heart, and heels. Pause and breathe. You are more than welcome to stay here. Or on your next inhale, sweep right arm forward, extend. And on the exhale, bring arm back. We'll go other side. Inhale, extend left arm, keep reaching through your heels. Exhale, left arm back. Let's do one more side to side. Inhale, right arm forward. You're welcome to stay with hands on sacrum if you'd rather. Exhale, soften your throat, your mouth, your eyes. Last one here. Inhale, left arm forward. Where's your breath? Can it deepen? What's your mind like? Can you calm it with awareness of breath? Exhale, come back. And please lower to the floor. You can stack the hands, rest the forehead, and you're welcome to rock your hips or again bend your knees and maybe windshield wiper side to side. If you're noticing internal pressure building, let's stabilize with an open mouth exhale. Let it go. You might even like to do a couple. We're going to practice one more set. You decide what's appropriate for you here. When you're ready, re-extend the legs. Please tuck the toes. Hands back to the sacrum, as long as that serves you. Forehead to the mat. Let your elbows drop down for a moment. Just notice the little stretch there. Chin to throat, navel to spine. And then again, start to activate. Reach through the heels. Feel your thighs firm. Glutes engaged. On your next inhale, please lift your head, your heart, your elbows, your heels. We're going to start with the left side this time, should you choose to go into the extension. On your inhale, sweeping left arm forward. Reach at the end of this motion. And on your exhale, bring the hand back. Opposite side, when you're ready. Try not to rush. Stay calm, present, inhaling. And exhale. We'll do one more side to side if this serves you. Watch the quality of your mind. Again, no judgment. When we get into that realm of judgment, it usually comes along with punishment. We are not looking to get there. There's no space for growth in that kind of awareness. Last side. And when you finish, hands back to sacrum, untuck the toes, and let's just pause for a moment, forehead to floor. Let your elbows become heavy to the floor. Get the little stretch there. And then we're going to come out of this pose by pressing into child's. Wrists below shoulders, navel to spine, shoulders down. Make your legs come into a comfortable position as you press up and back with care. Elongating the low back, noticing if long exhales will serve that inward release. And whenever you decide you're ready, yogis, an inhale will bring you back up to all fours. Now you can bring your props in and prepare for down dog. Again, wrist crease parallel to top edge of mat. Spread the fingers evenly. Stepping feet back when you're ready and lifting your hips to the sky. Again, we want to have feet about hip width, and it's yogi's choice if you bring the feet in a bit, if you bend the knees. I've got a dog ear in my way here. All right, so let's do maybe a little pedal, sway. Maybe you'd like to lift up onto the balls of the feet. Again, just go where the body wants to go to help release. Remembering that down dog is more of a spinal extension than it is a hamstring extension. And let's create some strength in the upper body. Feel your index finger, your thumb, again, root down. Feel the inner elbows turn toward them. And then the outer edges of the shoulder blades, let them lift a bit, widening your upper back. Head dangling free, maybe a little shake of yes. Maybe you like to shake a little no. Let tension from today slip away. You might even like to yawn your mouth open and stick your tongue out, releasing any type of holding around the jaw. Coming back to neutral when you're ready. And we'll go into a little squat here on the next exhale. Hip to heels as you press hands down and forward. Find a little more length through your spine. Try to let your neck be soft. You're breathing deep. And on an inhale, you'll press legs as straight as feels good to you. On your next exhale, yogis, please look to your hands and however suits you to get there, make your way to powerful pose. You are welcome to use your prop if that brings the floor up to you and creates the space that we're looking for. Feet are at least hip width, maybe a little wider. Feel weight in your heels and sink the hips, glutes strong. Belly button in. Let the shoulders draw down and feel the heart, the back of the neck reach forward so you're nice and long through the torso. We're going to do a few forward fold, powerful pose, a bit of a flossing here to warm the back of the leg. So on your next inhale, bring weight into the balls of the feet. Start to straighten the leg, maintaining torso to thigh. Release your head down. And on your exhale, weight back into the heels, sink the hips. Feel the navel in and the length from tail through crown. Inhale, weight into balls of feet, torso to thighs, as thighs press back, release your head. Exhale, weight in the heels, sink the hips, glute strong, navel in, length from tail through crown. Last one, inhale, weight forward in the foot, keeping the whole foot down, release your head. Exhale, weight in the heels, glute strong, navel in, again length from tail through crown. On your next inhale, please push down and sweep to standing. You're welcome to take a bit of a back bend, yogis. Glute strong, navel in, heart to sky as you tip back. You'll again feel the ribs just below the shoulder blades move toward the spine, up and tip back. And on your inhale, please make your way back to neutral. The exhale, releasing hands to heart and palms to sides. Take a cycle of breath here, just noticing quality of mind. Are you able to maintain that calm? Not using this as a time to punish yourself, but to observe and to learn your tendencies. To create this awareness so that you can calm down. Long exhales, balancing the breath and the mind. Preparing for some side bends. Root through the feet, the big toe mound, pinky toe edge, heel. A little bend in the knees, you guys. Don't lock out. Glute strong, navel in. On your inhale, please take your arms up. And on your exhale, interlace everything but the index fingers. Next inhale, get nice and tall. And on the exhale, up and over to your left. We're going only far enough that we get a nice stretch where we can still breathe deep into the right side body. Root the right foot and begin to extend through your fingertips. Feel your elbows hug. Again, what's the quality of the mind here? On your next inhale, back to neutral. And on your exhale, up and over to the right. Be aware of going too far. We want to find that just right position. Rooting the left foot, reaching. Feel the elbows hug as your breath is nice and deep in the left side body. And on an inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, hands to heart and palms to sides. So we're going to get into our balancing pose here. You might like to have your props available, and you might even like to have your block or water bottle, maybe even the chair, right close under your right hand. So what we're going to do today, if you'd like to watch first, is this little practice of moving into and out of a warrior three. Now your warrior 3 transition might look a little bit more like this. That's okay. Remember, we're trying to create this stability in mind, to be fully aware of how we're moving and how we're reacting to how we're moving. So let's start off with some grounding. Feeling again, big toe mount, pinky toe edge, heel into the floor. And then yogis, I want you to bend the right knee a lot, and you can step the left foot back already so that you can assist this bending in knee. Feel the glutes strong, your navel in. And again, we're going to practice what we did in the very opening work, our locust pose, this long line of energy from your flexed left foot through the top of your head. You might decide right here is actually your end range of motion, and that is just fine too, okay? So, glutes strong, navel in, feel the shoulders down, and begin to look at one point on the floor. This is your stability point. From here, little bend in the right knee. On your next exhale, begin to come forward. Left foot flexing. You might take hand to block, or you might touch block down on the floor. And on an inhale, make your way back up. And you might even come so up that you hover the left foot next to the right. On your exhale, again, keep the bend in the knee. Just do the best you can, as always, as you make your way forward. Be aware of a broken teeter-totter. We want to stay a nice, strong line of energy, the best we can, from heel through crown, not bending at the hip. We're doing one more like this. Where's your mind? Where's your breath? And from here, you're going to make your way back into a lunge. So you might like to come in through the warrior 3. Left hand to floor or block, and then make your way back into your lunge. Play with it, lengthen, widen as feels good to you today. Remember, right knee is somewhere over right ankle. Reach through the left heel. Glutes strong, navel in, shoulders down the back as you reach the heart and the back of the neck long, chin to throat. Just noticing the sensation in the right leg, the right glute with the work that you've done. Soften your mouth, deepen your breath. And from here, we're going to make our way into warrior 1. Left foot coming down, maybe even a little closer to left side of the mat. Fire up the legs, root down, and rise when you are ready. The left foot moving a little closer to left side of the mat allows me to have a little bit more ability to bring the left hip forward, right hip back. So you might play with that a little bit in your own body, doing the best you can to square back toward the top of your mat. And then let's notice here, the left pinky toe edge of the back foot into the floor. Kneecap up, glutes strong, navel in. Always strengthening the core, helping us find that stability. Just doing your best to square back toward the top of the mat. And then from here, let's go ahead and take fingertips to temples. Doing a little play with the chest here. Stay nice and firm in your foundation. On your next inhale, feel the back ribs move in toward the spine, heart to sky as you lean back and widen your elbows. And on your exhale, you're going to come back forward, bringing elbows toward navel, chin toward chest. So we're feeling this in the upper back. Inhale, widen the elbows. Feel the back ribs move in toward the spine, heart up, elbows wide. And on your exhale, elbows toward navel, chin toward chest. Feel the back of the heart reach between the shoulder blades. One more like this, yogis. Inhale, back ribs moving to the spine, heart lifting, elbows wide. Exhale, elbows in toward navel, chin to chest, back of heart between the shoulder blades. Inhale, come back to center, re-extend the arms. And on your next exhale, Parshvottanasana. We're taking hands to blocks or whatever prop you're using. You might like to bop the back foot in a bit, and then you're going to start to press the right leg straight. Root the right big toe mound. Feel both of your kneecaps lift up, and then your right hip is going to gently push toward the back of your mat and lift up to the sky. Let your shoulders come down the back, feel your navel to your spine. On your inhale, you're reaching heart, back of neck long, get long through the torso. And on your exhale, when you hug your navel in, you might release, belly a little closer to right thigh. But be aware, yogis, we don't want to feel a pulling at the sits bones, the back or the inner knee. If you're feeling that, I want you to come up a bit or put a bend in your right knee a bit. Long exhales. One more round of breath, please. And from here, yogis, you might play with a one leg forward fold. Walking up onto the right leg, use your props. And take your left leg as high as feels good to you. Let the top of your head release down to the floor. Feel the inner thighs hug, the navel to the spine. And if you'd like to play with balance here, maybe right hand to ankle or shin. Gaze steady. You might even like to take left hand to ankle or shin. Just play with it. Again, check out the mind. Can you stay calm through whatever you encounter? Stable in mind as you practice stability in body. And on an exhale, yogis, right hand, left hand back to support, left foot to the floor. Go ahead and widen your stance for a moment and just paintbrush your fingertips on the floor. Bend your knees and squat down as much as feels good. Let your head hang, release tension in your neck. Back to neutral when you're ready. Preparing for this powerful squat. On an exhale, sink the hips, glutes strong, navel in. On an inhale, sweep to standing, pushing legs towards straight. You might like to take another little back bend, the back ribs moving to the spine, lifting the heart. And on an inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, releasing hands to heart and palms to sides. Take a cycle of breath, noticing if an open mouth exhale will help balance, stabilize inward. Just observing, reflecting on how your first side went. Can you use what you're learning in that reflection on this second side to promote even more stability in the mind? Just let it be playful, not punishing. And when you're ready, we'll make our way preparing for this warrior three. So if you'd like to use the block as that little touchdown or whatever prop you're using, you'll grab it in your left hand. Right hand to right hip. And again, root through the left foot. Big toe mound, pinky toe edge, heel. We're putting a little bend in the left knee, as when we lock out, it actually makes it even more difficult to be grounded and stable. So remember that little bend in the left knee. Already feeling the glutes strong, the navel in and the shoulders down. Let your gaze be steady on one point. You can stay right here, or you can start to flex the right foot. Remember, a strong teeter-totter as you begin to inhale, as you lower toward your edge, balancing effort and ease. And on the exhale, make your way back up. Whatever variation of this practice serves you. Remember, you're doing it in your own way, as each of us are. Honoring our bodies, honoring stability in mind. We'll do one more. And then you might use that to make your way into the lunge. Taking right hand to prop, making your way back into your lunge pose. Lengthen, widen the stance as it feels good on this side. Again, left knee somewhere over left ankle. Reach the right heel back. Feel your glutes strong, your belly button in. Draw the shoulders down the back, and again, like a long line of energy. Extend the heart and the back of the neck forward. Are you holding it all in the throat, the mouth, or the eyes? Can you release? And on your next exhale, yogis, making your way into warrior one. Right foot down, maybe a little closer to right edge of mat. Fire up the legs and rise when you're ready. Lengthen or widen the stance as feels appropriate to you here. Feel the right pinky toe press down. The right kneecap draw up. And then again, this little shift. Right hip coming forward, left hip coming back. Just until you start to initiate a nice stretch in your right thigh, what feels good to you, as you square a little more to the top edge of the mat. Glutes strong, navel in. Noticing if you're at your edge. Coming back to mindful breathing. Helping you calm and root right here, right now. Remember, it is in the now that all things are possible. We are unlimited in the now. It's the only space where you really have an ability to do anything. To remain stable. On your next exhale, fingertips to temples, please, if you choose to go into this work. Glutes strong, navel in. On your next inhale, feel the back ribs roll in toward the spine, heart lifting to the sky as you widen your elbows. On your exhale, curling inward. Elbows toward navel, chin toward chest. Feel the back of the heart press between the shoulder blades. Inhale, widen the elbows, back ribs in toward the spine, heart lifting. Exhale, elbows toward navel, chin to chest, back of heart pressing to the back of the room. One more like this. Inhale, widen elbows, back ribs moving in towards spine, helping the heart lift. Exhale, elbows toward navel, chin to chest, back of heart pressing between shoulder blades. On your inhale, back to neutral, please. Arms to sky. And on your next exhale, please find your props. Preparing for Parsvottanasana. Again, you might like to bop the right foot in. Wrists are below shoulders. Feel the big toe mound of your left foot root down, and both kneecaps lift up. And then again here, you're feeling your left hip drag to the wall behind you and lift toward the ceiling. Feel the glutes engage, the navel to the spine, shoulders down the back. Starting off with a long spine. Inhale, reach the heart, the back of the neck forward. And on your next exhale, navel in. You decide if you release the torso a little closer to the left leg. Each inhale, finding length through the torso. Each exhale, navel to spine. Long exhales, yogis. Be mindful again of any pulling at the sits bones, behind, or at the inner knee. Soften if you're getting pulling there. That's not a stretch, it's a strain. Nice, you guys. All right, we're preparing for that possible one leg forward fold, should you like to go into it. A little bend in the left knee as you make your way forward. Use your props if you'd like. And when you're ready, Left leg going as straight as feels good, as right leg moves as high as is appropriate for you. Feel the inner thighs hug, the glutes strong, the navel in. Try to release your neck and keep your gaze steady. If you're wanting to play with balance, left hand to left ankle. If you'd like to play a little further, maybe right hand joins left ankle. What's the quality of your mind? Can you stay steady in your thoughts, with your breath? And whenever you choose, yogis, releasing hands back to floor or blocks, releasing right foot down. Take a nice wide stance here again, bend the knees, sink the hips, and a little paint brushing of fingertips on floor. Release your neck. Open mouth, exhale if it pleases you. And back to neutral when you're stable. We're going to visit our forward fold in our standing pose today. So you might like to bring your props back in, and please bring your feet in as close as feels appropriate. Remember, wider stance is more kind to the hamstrings. So you're going to feel your weight come forward into the balls of the feet. Your kneecaps lift, your sits bones to the sky. Feel the glutes strong, your navel in. You might already be at your edge with your wrists below your shoulders using your props. If it feels okay, you can, well, let's go through the breathing work here. Shoulders down, inhale, lengthening, heart, back and neck forward. Staying right here. On your next exhale, navel in, and if you choose, folding, torso a little closer to thighs. Release your neck, inhale, get long through the spine, heart, back of neck. Exhale, navel in. Keep the weight into the balls of the feet. Sitting in the heels here can be hard on the hamstrings. The whole foot is still down on the floor. We just have that gentle shift of weight forward. Long exhales, helping you release. Coming out of the pose whenever it suits you, if it's before my cue. And everyone, on your next inhale, pressing the arms straight. However you'd like to make your way back into child's pose. Knees as wide as feels good. Snuggling hips toward heels. Maybe using a prop below the forehead so you can rest the neck as the head comes down to the floor. Just noticing how you feel in your body. Recalling your intention if you haven't recently. And whenever you feel you're ready, yogis, you're going to make your way to your seat. Before going down to our backs, we're coming to our 90-90 hip stretch. Starting with right leg forward, please. So you'll have your knee in alignment with the right hip socket and trying to keep your shin parallel toward the top edge of the mat. So you have a 90-degree angle in the right leg, and then let's go ahead and try to bring one of those into the left leg as well. Left knee in alignment with the hip socket, trying to have the shin parallel or in a 90-degree angle. Glutes strong. Begin to turn your torso back toward the top edge of the mat, squaring the best that you can. Shoulders down, please. And again, let's remember that little bit of back bend as we come into these forward folds. Inhale, lift the heart, the back of the neck. Feel that little bit of cow in the body. And on your exhale, navel in. If you choose, invite the forward fold. Each inhale, length through the spine. Heart forward, back of neck long. On your exhale, navel in. Just notice if and where your body would like to release. Keep the exhales nice and extended. Calming the nervous system, releasing muscles a little more. And just notice if you're holding it all in the neck. Let your chin come down, release the throat. In your mouth, can you soften the jaw, let your teeth part, the root of your tongue relax. In your eyes, softening the muscles around and between them, relaxing your brow. Stay with the breath, the sensation of the breath. Maybe you even start to notice that little downshift at the end of the exhale. Let's just stay for a few more rounds here, as long as you find it to be a benefit. And it will be on your next inhale that you gently make your way back up. And whenever you feel ready, yogis, we'll prepare for second side. You can assist the legs, you can play with mobility, just using the strength of the legs to move them. And go ahead and make the 90-degree angles, the pinwheel shape in your legs. Again, squaring torso toward the top edge of the mat. Glutes strong, shoulders down. Bring in a little bit of a back bend as you lift your heart, lengthen the back of your neck. And on the exhale, navel in. You decide if that forward fold's appropriate on this side. Invite it. No pressure or pushing yourself. Each inhale, long through the torso. Back of neck, heart forward. Each exhale, navel to spine. Release. Again, check it out if you're holding at the back of the neck or in the throat. Can you let your chin come in to your throat? Release your mouth, your jaw, your tongue. Soften around the eyes and in the brow. Awareness resting on the breath, noticing that little downshift in the exhale when you get to the very bottom of the breath. Just taking a few more rounds here, as long as they serve you. On your next inhale, yogis, you'll gently make your way back up. Right leg coming forward when you're ready. We're making our way down to our backs. Please have your support for our supported shoulder stand nearby. And when you make your way down, feel free to come into either reclined child's pose, holding the hamstrings or the shins as your knees go wide. Or if you'd rather, happy baby. Taking the feet up so they're parallel to the ceiling. You can hold your ankles or maybe the pinky toe edge of the foot here. Wherever you are, let your shoulders be heavy to the floor. And if you'd like, maybe invite a little rock, massaging the back. Stay with deep breathing. Let the weight of your arms draw your knees down, whatever pose you're in. And then let's take some time to be still, wherever you are. Shoulders heavy, back of neck long. And if you're holding your feet in supported shoulder stand, in reclined, happy baby, press hands and feet together. Notice the little shift in the stretch with that press. exhale, please release. Bringing your heels down below your knees, finding your prop. Again, if you're using a block, you can do level 1, the lowest level, or level 2 if you're feeling a little more open in your spine today. When you're ready, please drive your knees down to lift your hips up and take your support to your sacrum. Feel nice and stable there. You might like to roll the shoulders under when you're ready. Arms down alongside the torso, palms rolling up will help the shoulders relax more. Let the back of your neck be long, chin to throat. You're welcome to do one leg at a time here, or if you'd rather, you can take both legs up. Gently stacking ankles over knees, knees over hips, having just enough engagement in the legs to keep them afloat. If it feels comfortable, you can allow your eyes to close here. And let's come back to that mindful breathing we began with. The inhale, feeling the tummy muscles relax as you expand the belly outward. The exhale, feeling that calm wash over you as you fully release the breath. Again, practice being the observer. It's so easy to get caught up in our thoughts, to think that we are our thoughts. But the true you, the authentic you, is the one that can observe them. And we can create space between the observer and what we observe. It allows us the opportunity to create stability, to not become so attached to what we're thinking, to remember to let go, to come back to the moment, to enter that limitless space of possibility that is right here, right now. Just taking a few more rounds of breath here. If you're doing one leg and haven't switched out yet, please do. If your toes start to tingle, please feel free to wiggle them. And whenever you feel you're ready, yogis, an exhale will bend the knees as you set one foot and then the other back down to the floor. You can widen the stance if that feels best in your low back. And when you're ready, drive the knees down, lift the hips up, remove your support, and take a mindful roll down, just trying to touch each of your vertebrae to the floor. Navel in to help you navigate the low back, trying to let the sacrum be the very last thing to come down. Pause at the bottom, yogis. And we'll prepare for our final twist to realign the spine. Arms open to a T. You can keep feet down if you'd rather, or you can take your legs up into a 90-degree angle if that's serving you today. Softly flex the feet. On an exhale, navel in, you'll begin to lower with control your legs to the right. Remember, we want to keep the left shoulder anchored, so if that means you soften the bend of the knees or the flex in the hips, do. If you'd like, yogis, you can extend the top leg. Energy through your flexed heel, letting the leg become heavy to the floor. Maybe right hand lightly sits on outer left thigh. No pushing, just a gentle reminder of the twist. head rolling to the left if you'd like. Notice all the space in the left low back to breathe into on your inhale. And allow that beautiful long exhale to soften you to the floor little by little. Noticing if the mind is wanting to start bouncing, can you stay with your breath? Practice stability and presence. On your next exhale, arms to a T. Please bend the top knee if you extended the leg. Navel in, and with strength, make your way back up, however you choose, to where you began. Navel in. On your exhale, please lower both legs to the left. If you'd like here, extending the top leg. Again, flex the foot, energy through the heel, letting the leg be heavy to the floor. Left hand lightly to outer right thigh if you find that to serve you. Again, keep the right shoulder down and roll head to the right if that feels okay. Deep breath into right low back. Long exhale, helping body release, helping mind to stay calm and present. Exhale, releasing arms to a T, bending the top knee. With strength, make your way back to center. If you'd like, coming into a ball, holding hamstrings or shins, squeezing knees into our chest. You might even like to bring forehead up to knees. Give yourself a little hug. You might rather like to go into a full body stretch or even take one now. If there are any final poses that will help you complete your practice, I invite you always to take them. And whenever you feel ready, yogis, you will prepare for your resting pose. You might like to place a blanket behind the head, or if you've been feeling nervous or anxious today, across the hips, that weight just helping you ground a little bit more. You might also like to place a bolster or pillows below your knees, particularly if you're uncomfortable in the hips, low back. So just take some time to get settled here. And please come back when you're ready. Feeling the shoulders draw down the back and be heavy to the floor. To allowing the back of the neck to be long as your chin draws down to your throat. Can you begin to invite that calm? Allowing your mental tensions to ease here as you bring your awareness to your breath. The inhale, let it be natural and nourishing. And if it suits you, stay with the long exhale. Again, you're not pushing it, you're just letting it be a naturally long release of breath. Notice that downshift in the exhale. Almost like it's dropping your back body a little bit more into the floor. Maybe even like the back body is becoming a little wider with that downshift and exhale as well. And maybe with that natural, nourishing inhale, you feel your front body becoming a little lighter and brighter. Let the skin of your skull relax. Release the brow from temple to temple. Feeling the muscles behind and around, in between your eyes, release. as your eyes become even heavier in the sockets, noticing the weight of your eyelids upon them. Release the wings of your nose and your cheeks, as well as the deep inner ear that connects the jaw to the skull. And feel any lingering tension in your jaw begin to dissolve. Relaxing the teeth away from each other, softening your tongue. Feeling that relaxation flow into the throat, the left and right side of the neck, the back of the neck. Noticing the weight of your shoulder blades into the floor, and feeling the balancing counterweight of an open heart. Elbows and wrists becoming even heavier to the floor as you feel the back of your hand release, mindfully easing any tension out of your fingers. Bringing your awareness back to the top of your spine, traveling the length of your spine. Let your exhales release any discomfort you notice. And when you get to the low back and the corresponding abdomen, can you really show this area some love, as it tends to hold a lot of tension. Feeling the weight of your hips release down, and subsequently a release in the thighs. Softening your knees and the space behind them. Feeling any tension in the calves or the ankles dissipate. Allow the top of the foot, the bottom of the foot, and the 10 toes to completely release. Noticing the stability that you have created in your mind, with the work that you've done through your practice. And in this resting of Shavasana. As always, yogis, I invite you to stay in this pose as long as serves you. If you feel that you are ready to move out of the pose, let it be gentle. Maybe starting with wiggling fingers and toes, or rotating wrists, ankles, maybe rocking the head side to side. And as you'd like, gradually letting the movement become larger. You might even eventually decide to take a full body stretch here. You can roll to either side if you choose to pause in fetal position. And if and when you'd like, strong arms will help you make your way to a comfortable seat. If it would please you, yogis, palms can come together, thumbs at the heart. And no matter where you are welcome to to take some time to practice gratitude. For the breath that enters your lungs, the life-giving force. For this body, your vehicle on your journey. And for this opportunity to create stability in the mind so that we might ease both our own experience and that of others. And if you'd like, you can take some time for your own gratitude here and now. And really let this shift from an idea to a feeling. What does gratitude feel like to you? The love and the light in me recognizes and honors the love and the light in each of you. And when we are in this space, we are one. Namaste, yogis. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this finds you all well.